Hello guys, my name is Abbas Khalikov. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do marking on intranet. Okay, for that I'm going to use a development server as usual, and I logged in as K or as Bive. So I have, let's say I have a coursework one, and I have students have already submitted their work. Okay, so this is how usually it looks like. You guys all know this. We have this student and that student. We could have simply put marks here. Yeah, like 50, 56, 45, just from after doing some marking our paperwork or or electronic version of a file. But if you would like to do it using a marking scheme, and then if you would like to export all your data, all your marks into SRS automatically, this is how it's done, like using these two green buttons. One is for adding a marking scheme, another one is for doing marking. Okay, so let's go ahead and create the marking scheme for this to mark our students. Okay, we need to click on edit mark. So, well, let me explain. Like, let's say we have this kind of marking scheme, like, typical marking scheme, a very simple one in this case. We have report 90% here, and report contains, it's a content and a structure, and has a language, and then it has 90% as a maximum of this section, maximum point, and this is 80 points out of 90, and this is 70. Well, and then we have another one, it's 10%, which is a presentation part of our marking, and it has these feedbacks. Yeah. So basically, this part is what we're marking, yeah, which is criteria, I would call, or section that we're, or we can say it's a section that we're marking. And this side is our feedback information. Yeah, this is a template that we're going to use during our marking. And these are the marks that we're going to assign, yeah, based on student work. So I'm going to map uh, this marking scheme into intranet. Okay, so I will just open it. So whenever you open it, you will see a page like this. Yeah, so on the left side, we have a sections to mark that we're going to edit. You can create, add, rename, and anything you want with this sections to mark side, which is the left side of our marking scheme. And on the right side, we have feedback templates from which we can add our feedbacks. So let's go ahead and try it. So this one, yeah, let's change it. Let's rename it. Like in our marking scheme, it's called report. Yeah, report, and it is 90. So this is a report section, and total points that student can get from this is 90. Okay, so we say that, and as you can see, overall, usually it automatically sums up these marks, and then if it exceeds more than 100, it turns a red color. So next one, we have a presentation part. So presentation, that was 10 points. Yeah. Okay, so that is 10 points that we have. And so for the report 90, we want to add some feedbacks, which are these feedbacks. So let's start with 90. Yeah. So we just click on, we just have to select this report 90 first. Yeah, just like this. I select it, and then I'm going to click on add feedback, and you can just copy paste this text from a Word document or any Excel document, and then we'll put 90. Yeah, this is the maximum mark that we're going to assign. All right, so the first one is ready, and we're going to add a second one, which is 80% or 80 points maximum that student can gain. So it's selected still, yeah. So click on add feedback text, and it is 80. Yeah. Okay, so this is our second one. And the third one is 70. Okay, add a feedback 70. Okay, and we can do similar with presentation. For that, we just have to select presentation 10, and we can get this text from here. Okay, well, let's get it like this. Get it, and feedback, and this is 10 out of 10 he can get. And the next one is 8 out of 10 he can get. 8, yeah, and so on. Okay, I'm going to pretty quick, like I'm going to add other ones. Okay, here we go. I added all these feedback text and the report and the presentation. Okay, so we have 2 sections, and we have feedback text for each section. Yeah, this is a template, guys. This is not a mark yet for any student. Okay, and you can always this could be, this is very simple one, but you can always have you can always add, you can split, for instance, report into subsections. Presentation can also be split into subsections. You can add more sections if you want, just by selecting and clicking on create button, or you can just right click and say create, and you can create a child like report part 1, and points you can split it into 45, this one, yeah. And then you can also create another one and say report part 2, and this one is also 45. So for each subsections, you can similarly you can add more feedbacks. Okay, and you can add, if you want, if you'd like to add another parent section, all you have to do is just select overall, say create, and then you may have something like written part 3, written part 3 with like 15 points or something. So that's how it is. Okay, so let's, and then you can just delete them if you don't want them. Like always, you can modify it. Say okay, it's gone, and we're going to delete these subsections also because we don't need them. Okay, so okay, they're gone. Okay, so we have our report with feedback text and presentation with our feedback text. So we're pretty much set. Now we can just enter the marks. Okay, so click on enter marks. Okay, and the next thing is you have to click on do marking. Okay, and then this list comes from SRS actually. So we need to apply our created marking scheme into our assessment, right? So we'll just select that marking scheme and that coursework that students have submitted. We need to uh, assign it. We need to map one of these components. Yeah, that is coming from SRS directly. So in our case, it was portfolio. The portfolio was the assignment actually that I have created, and students have submitted their work. And I created marking scheme for this portfolio. So I will say select. Okay. And now I can apply my marking scheme for each student and then do marking. Okay. So all I have to do is just edit mark. If I'm a first marker, I can do edit mark from here and then edit my marks. If I'm a second marker, there will be another button to add second marks, and second marker cannot see marks of first marker, and so on. Okay, So let's click on, well, this is right now I'm a module leader, so I can see all marks. So let's click on edit mark. Okay. Now, as you can see, I have my report 90 point and presentation 10 point. And I'm marking a student, this student, 8640. And I'm going to open in a separate window the student's coursework file, and I'm going to put some feedbacks if I want to, and then I can just attach it here, those feedbacks. But when it comes to the standard feedbacks, like that we created from our marking scheme, we can always click like this. If it's worth 70, we can just click 70. It puts a text automatically right here in this box, and then it says 70 points. From presentation, student got like 6 points, so we just click on 6, and that's it. So just by clicking these two buttons, we can see that overall that student has got a 76. And plus, we can also attach these feedbacks if we want to. Okay, we can just click and just upload any feedback, just like that. Yeah, and it will be uploaded for student view. So when student gets, logs in, once your feedback is published, he will see these feedback files, if you have one, if you have some, and then, but the most importantly, he will see that for the assignment, the report was 90 points worse, the presentation was not 10 points worse, and from 90, he got 70 right here, and this is a feedback, and from 10, he got 6 points, and this is a feedback. And the question is, can I change these? Yes, of course, you can always make this not 70, but maybe 75. And this can be like, I don't know, like 8. Yeah. And this text is also editable. You can just say, you did a great job, something like that. You can just modify it and say something. If this is like specific feedback that you want to give to this student specifically, then you can always change these. These templates are just the templates to help you, okay, during the marking, so you can do the marking faster and more efficiently. But you're always free to change this text and these points, and then the final decision is up to you. This points automatically saved and calculated here. So once you have finished with this students, all you have to do is just click on save. Yeah, and student gets a mark right here. Okay, so once you finish all these marks, you can just click on this checkbox to announce, to publish your marks to students. Until you click this checkbox, students are not able to see their marks with a feedback. Okay, the student view has also very similar view like this, but they cannot update these text or these points or these marks. Okay, so each student gets his own feedback, and each student uh, can see also attachment feedbacks. So once you're done with this, like you don't have to manually now copy paste these marks into SRS. Next thing is you can just simply click on save to SRS. Okay, and it will say saved. Okay, it will save the whole thing into SRS. Okay, so that's it, guys. Thank you.